What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the REVELSations podcast. It's your boy Rev. Please subscribe, rate, review wherever you get your podcast. Thumbs up, share this with somebody. Contact me directly, REVELSations podcast. That is on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can get at me. Let me know what you're thinking. Share this with somebody. Let them know that you're listening. Let's get this thing going. Shout out real quick to my girl Angie. Happy birthday to you. Love you. Hope everything that you deserve comes your way. Hope God bless you 1,000 times over. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about how acting on our feelings have consequences and how not acting on our feelings have consequences. We're going to talk about the concept of consequences. Let's talk about consequences. Let's get to some dictionary definitions. I love doing this because oftentimes we think we know the definition of the word, but we know it colloquially, not necessarily scientifically. And I know we speak oftentimes in colloquial form, but I think knowing the root of the word in the scientific form, the actual meaning of the word is going to help us understand the world in which we live a little bit better. Let's get to it. Consequence. It is a noun. It means a result of a particular action or situation, often one that is bad or not convenient. Okay? Consequence, a result of a particular action or situation, often one that is bad or not convenient. When we are looking up words, when we are listening to people, we must listen to what they say, what is said, what is written, and what is not said, not written. So here it says, a consequence is a result of a particular action or situation, often one that is bad or not convenient. We get stuck there. We say consequence, we think is bad. We often think that a consequence is bad. But if we look at the word, a result of a particular action or situation, often doesn't mean always, bad or not convenient. In actuality, all actions have consequences. All situations have consequences. I'll give you an example. If I go rob a bank, the consequence of me robbing the bank is I will probably go to jail. I would consider that bad or not convenient. If I commit a heinous crime and I harm someone, the consequence of that is going to jail or have someone coming harming me. I would consider that bad and not convenient. The consequence of saving money is I will be financially stable later. That is something good and very convenient. The consequence of working out, you develop strong muscles. I would consider that something that is positive and convenient. So when we think of the word consequence, let's get out of our mindset of it's only negative. A consequence is a result of particular action or situation. It says often one that is bad or not convenient, but it doesn't say always one that is bad or not convenient. So I want to talk about the consequences of acting on our feelings, the consequences of acting on our feelings. Let's get to some other things because I want to let you all know that I am 100% for people expressing their feelings, 100% for mental health, emotional health, all that good stuff. So what is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. It also determines how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Make sure our mental health is strong. Make sure our mental health is strong. Mental Health Awareness Month is in the month of May. I'm recording this in September. It doesn't really matter. Mental health shouldn't just be 1 month. It should be every month. It should be every year. It should be every second. It should be every hour. Take care of your mental health. Okay. Again, emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Emotional health is the ability to manage your feelings and emotions and cope with life's ups and downs. Cope with life's ups and downs. There's a saying, we do not prepare the road for the child. We prepare the child for the road. All my educators out there, all my parents out there, please stop trying to prepare the road for the child. No, we prepare the child for the road. We prepare the child for the life that they're going to live. Stop trying to manipulate the earth to make it easy for them. No, teach them how to cope with what they have. And the consequence is from that they will be able to handle situations and they won't be so soft and so coddled. That's exactly not what we're getting into today. That's a tangent. What we are getting to is the consequence of acting on our feelings. Again, I believe somebody should process their feelings. I'm a person that goes to therapy, love therapy. Therapy is good. Therapy has saved my life. Checking in on my mental and emotional health literally has saved my life. Without therapy, I'm telling you now, I would not be sitting here in front of you because of a lot of the things that I've gone through in the past and currently going through. You may not know it. The people who are in my inner circle, the people who are closest to me know it. But right now, current time, 2024, September, Rev is going through probably one of the worst seasons of his life. I am going through a terrible, terrible personal season right now. I'm healthy physically. Otherwise, struggling. And if I would, and I'm upset, I'm hurt. I'm down a little bit about it. But I learned that there are consequences, associated with me acting on my feelings. I'll give you some examples. So again, going through a tough time, has been going through this tough time for the better part of 5-6 months. It's been tough. It's been a tough 5 or 6 months. 2024, thought it was going to be a great year. It's been hard. But you know what? I told my people about it. I'm leaning on my counsel. I'm leaning on my friends. And I'm like, man, I'm upset. It hurts. It bothers me. All of this. And they're there for me. And they listen to me. But I noticed something. After a while, I got fewer calls. People didn't check on me as much. And I was like, I wonder why. And I didn't ask, but I surmised that after a while, even though people care, I was beginning to turn them off with my negativity. I was beginning to turn them off with my complaining about my situation. I hadn't become bitter, but I was upset, wondering why what is happening to me keeps happening to me. I didn't do anything wrong to put myself in this situation. I did nothing wrong to put myself in this situation. When I talk to my friends about the situation, they all agree, man, you didn't do anything wrong. It's fine. Okay. So with that, I had to learn that there are consequences for me acting on my feelings. My feelings told me to lash out. My feelings told me to complain. My feelings told me to tell my friends about it. And I'm not saying don't do that. But what I am saying is there's going to be consequences associated with acting on those feelings. There's consequences associated with my action in my situation. So I had to weigh it. Do I want to act on my feelings so much to where there's a negative consequence and I begin to push my friends and my family and my loved ones away? Because while they care, they don't want all that negativity that I have seeping into their life. Every time they pick up the phone to call me or every time they see me calling them, they don't want to hear negativity. So I have to adjust my attitude. My situation isn't better. I can't control that right now. I'm doing everything I can, but I have to adjust my attitude about my situation. And there's a consequence to that as well. People want to be around me more. They still care, but they love to see their boy smiling. They love to see their boy pushing through a tough situation. I'll give another example. I have a friend. My friend is also going through a tough situation, but my friend is sort of upset, very, very mad, sort of snappy, sort of snazzy, all that good stuff. And this particular friend has not just me, but other friends and mutual friends, and they've been snazzy toward them. And we've noticed that, you know what, I don't necessarily like that, right? Acting on their feelings, expressing that mental and emotional health, trying to cope with the situation and all of that. But the action is off-putting, so there's a consequence to expressing those feelings. The consequence is, you know what, you're turning people off a little bit. You seem a little bit bitter. You're super negative. We want to sort of step back. Another friend going through some stuff. I guess it's the season. They like to shut down. We have these things called fight, flight, or freeze. Rev is sort of a freeze guy, but flight, fight, or freeze. I have a friend who flies, going through a situation, pushes everybody away. I don't want to talk right now. I need to escape from the world for a while, etc. Do that. Well, this helps me with my mental health. This helps me with my emotional health. This is how I get centered. Great. Fantastic. I encourage you to do it. But know that there is a consequence associated with that. The consequence is that when you are now ready to talk to your friends, when you're now ready to invite people back into your life, they may not be ready, or they may not be in the same situation, or they may not be wanting to come back in because they feel like they've been shut out and closed off. And this isn't personal to anybody. I'm just giving you 3 examples of our actions and how we need to process those actions, process those feelings. And we need to go through it. But understand that while we are going through our feelings, while we are going through our mental and emotional health, we could be ostracizing or pushing other people away. What we need to do is find a balance of, I'm going through this situation. I'm going to let my loved ones know I'm going through this situation. I hope that they're there for me, but I'm not going to do it in a way where I push them away. I don't want to be so wrapped up in my own emotional situation. I don't want to be so wrapped up in my own emotional actions that I'm pushing people away or I'm moving away and the people aren't there when I come back. So the acting on our feelings, while we should do it, while we should express that mental and emotional health, make sure we're not doing it to the point where we're pushing other people away, and understand that acting on our feelings have consequences. Good consequences, we're able to process and go through those and process those feelings for greater mental health. Bad consequences, if we do it the wrong way or we do it too long, we can end up pushing our loved ones away. And then we have to respect their process of not wanting to be around anymore because of what we were going through when we were going through the bad situation and how we were acting through that bad situation. What do you think? Drop some comments. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know. Hit me up wherever you get your podcast. You can contact the show, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the REVELSations Podcast at gmail.com as well. I am because we are. Hallelujah, holla back. Peace.
Yeah, the revelations now televised. A platform for you and I. And now look with full heart and clear eyes. Now, these are just my thoughts. Truth on how I feel on these topics I reveal. Please know my toll, I always keep it real. Can't face the word if you can't face facts. For your time, just open up your mind. That's it, just live, think big, now take that. With God in me, this here was made by design. Yeah, the revelation will be televised. REVELSations.